All right, so how many of you all saw the fire, the big inferno, and saw the flame kind of drop back down? Yeah, we saw it. Hands, little hoots, that kind of stuff. Gotcha. Very good. Very good. All right. So some of you may be asking yourself a question or two. Like I see that there's one person up there and there's one cello, but I'm hearing multiple cellos. And the way that I'm able to do that is I've got a little box down here. You might be able to see it because you're above it. A little gray box here that's called a looper. And what it does is it allows me to play live and to record myself live and then to play with that recording over top of it and then record that and then continue going. So I'm going to demonstrate kind of what that looks like a little bit, just so you have a sense of what my songs are kind of, how they're built and how I'm able to create such a full sound, right? So because the cello has a low register, it's really good for bass lines, so I like to do stuff like that. And then I also like a little percussion, right? So I'll add a little bit of a cello bongo. Here we go. And the best thing about a looper is that you can erase. I don't like that. Let's try something else. Bass and drum. So now I'll improvise over top of that, right? So we got let's see if I can find an interior part. Track too, because I've got a mic in my cello, so let's see. Got a little volume pedal that gives me a little bit of drama, right? So I can kind of yank the music away a little bit. Where's the music going, right? Just kind of fading away, right? But the party's not over, so I can bring it back. So all that happens right there with that little box, and it makes the experience really full and exciting, and I can pretend to be different instruments. That's kind of one of the things I really like to do. And then I use that to tell stories, right? I use that to try and find a narrative, find something interesting to say with that song other than just kind of like a little groove to kind of nod your head to, right? Did y'all like that? Did y'all enjoy that? If y'all were a little bit closer, I would invite y'all up to kind of put something in the loop with me, like a little, anyone rap, anyone sing? I just want to know who's out in the audience. What are my resources today? Okay, gotcha. I'm going to use all these tools. I'm going to use all these things in a song that has a story. So you kind of get a full sense of kind of what it is I do. How many of you all out there have seasonal allergies? Yes. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the right response, and it's also a sad response, right? Because seasonal allergies are the worst, especially in spring, right? And I've always hated spring. Since I was like 3 years old, I always had serious issues. Someone was pointing at me. Do I have something I need to know? Oh, you wanna, okay, we're gonna do it, give me a minute. I'm gonna come back. We're gonna get something. What are you trying to do? You trying to sing? You trying to rap? What you trying to do? Okay, I see you. I got a resource in the audience tonight, y'all. I got a resource. Very nice. All right, so I hated spring. It's just miserable. And I guess I heard that spring wasn't so bad if you actually took your antihistamine like a month before spring actually came, right? Which I never did. So it was always like, the first day of spring and I'm like dying, right? But this one year, I decided to be an adult. I took my antihistamine in January. Which is what you have to do in Atlanta because spring is like February 2nd, right? Like spring comes crazy early here in Atlanta. And I did, and all of a sudden I was kind of feeling fine. I was like, oh, okay, this is bad. And then, people started cutting their grass, and I would like skip through the grass to see what that was like. It's like, oh wow, that's kind of cool, I like that. Or I would roll down hills, or kind of like hang out in gardens, or hug trees. All of a sudden I'm doing all these spring things, and I'm like, wait a minute, spring rocks. Spring is amazing, I really love it. So I want to write a song about it. I want to, do what all poets or musicians or novelists do. They write something beautiful about spring. But the only title that I could come up with was Springtime on Antihistamine, which is just really, it's just like a bad title. And then the other title that came to mind was Springtime on Drugs, but that's not my brain, right? So like, that doesn't really work with my audience. But it was also the year of Black Panther. How many of you all have seen Black Panther? Right, they're actually in town right now shooting Black Panther 2, so I've been seeing, bits and pieces, little photos of people who were in the film that are around. It's really sad that Chadwick isn't going to be in this movie. Everyone knows what Wakanda is, so I need to explain what Wakanda is. We're cool. Wakanda is the fictional African kingdom where Black Panther comes from, and specifically Vibranium comes from. And I used to like Camelot when I was a kid, but when I saw that, I was like, Camelot who? Like, Wakanda all day, right? So I realized that this is what it must feel like to experience springtime in Wakanda. So the name of this song is called Springtime in Wakanda. Springtime in Wakanda. All right, so I also used to be an English teacher. I mean, maybe you can tell because I talk a lot, right? That seems like a reasonable alternative career. And when I was becoming a teacher, one of the things that was really important was that you not be the sage on the stage, that you not be the person at the center of the classroom that had all the answers and just talked to the entire class. And you try to create experiences that were student-centered. So one of the things I like to do is I like to create experiences that are audience-centered. And I'm going to do so with this next song. It's called Story Time. It's a song that I kind of stumbled onto when I was, I got an artist residence at the Hamburg Center for the Arts in Raven Gap, Georgia. That was back in... I'm so sorry, I was told my mic needed to be a little bit louder. Is that better? Okay, good. Even more? Even a little bit more. Okay, got a little interrupted there. So, artist residence, Raven Gap, Georgia. I think it was around, what year was Trump elected? Was that 2015? I remember because I watched the election and it was really devastated. It was hard to do that in the North Georgia mountains for a variety of reasons. I'm sure you can figure out many of them, right? But I stumbled onto this song at this residence, and I just thought that the song was so powerfully narrative. It just had a story that I wanted to tell, but I couldn't figure out what the story was. So I figured out that I would continue to play the song, but just ask my audience to come up with the story. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to play this progression. And then I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. I'm going to ask you to imagine a person, perhaps maybe a setting, maybe a historical era, or a color. And then as I play and improvise over the progression, I'd like you to watch and to remember the story that unfolds on the back of your eyelids. And then at the end of the song, hopefully there will be a brave soul or two that might consider coming up here to the mic and sharing their song. Not a song, their story. A lot of instructions, I know, but I'm going to play the progression. I'll give you the instructions one more time, and we'll see how it all goes. Close your eyes. Imagine a person or a setting or maybe a historical era or a color. Some people might even imagine an animal. And then as I improvise over top of this progression, pay attention to the story that unfolds in the back of your eyelids. Yeah, no, that's over. That's it. That's it. I know, it's an abrupt ending. I was hoping that abrupt ending perhaps added some drama to your story. So are there any brave souls? Is there a brave soul? I know that there's a lot of distance between us tonight, so it's a long walk that you have to make to come up here and share your story. But is there someone who is interested in sharing your story or storytelling? Yes, that's right. I've got a resource in the audience. So come on up, please. Get a poem that just came to you now.
Set one, two. It's up to you.
I was just going to listen to your story, but I'll play for you.
Okay, I'll do it in the time.
Okay, yes.
If you see me, don't pass me by. If you hear me, take a listen. There is something I'd like to tell you. There is something I'd like to be. If you see me, and there's no smile upon my face, if you hear me, and the words that come out wrong, there is something that I'd like to tell you. There is some place I'd rather be. If you see me, and my world seems so undone, if you hear me, and my cry is much too loud, there is something that I'd like to tell you. There is some place I'd rather be. I'm too far away from home.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I think those candles. So all of a sudden, I'm much better. You all can hear me now, right? Yeah. Much better. I apologize. Thank you very much for that poem. I'm feeling like it was inspired by the song in some way. Is there anybody else who had a story that was inspired by the song that would like to share their story with me? Prepared for such an occasion. At my website, www.OkCello.com, there is a page on that website. That page says story time. And on that page, there is a picture of me playing this song that you just heard. Below that picture, there is a text box. That text box is there for you to share your story. Below that text box, there is a long thread of people who have shared their stories over the last 5 years that you can go and you can read the variety of this experience, story time. So I hope you'll take advantage of that. Give yourself a round of applause. And let's give, what was your name again, sir? Leslie. Thank you. Let's give Leslie a round of applause for coming up and sharing his poem for us. Thank you very much. I think I'd like to play a love song for you all now. Anybody in the audience in love? Perhaps sitting next to the person with whom they're in love? That's always a dangerous question to ask, right? Because this could be like one of those rough days where you might not want to actually say something about it. I'm glad for that. And for those of us in the audience who might be looking for a love, those of us who are hoping to find a love, this song is very much for you as well. The name of the song is called Conjure. And I believe the song has the capacity to help you manifest the person that you would like to fall in love with. I don't have any money back guarantee on that. But I I do believe it's powerful. I do believe in some way it has worked for me. But that was the intention when I wrote the song. And I still think that that intention is there. I think it can be felt, and I hope that it can be used. So this song is called Conjure, and hopefully it gives you the power to manifest the person you're dying to fall in love with. All right, here we go. Sometimes immediately following that song, I see people check their phones, their like text messages, inboxes, Facebook, Instagram, that kind of thing, just to see if anyone kind of jumped in there. Do we have a hat or a bucket or something in which we can place small things that we can just kind of put right there? Does anyone have anything that they might volunteer? I could wheel out my wagon. That's a little bit big. Oh, you have a hat right there? Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much. What is your name? Maria. Thank you so much. If you put it right, do you mind putting it on the floor? All right. Thank you very much. All right. So what Maria unwittingly has participated in, and pretty much participated you all in, is an opportunity to pay homage to the first time I tried to use my cello to grab the attention of an audience without a singer-songwriter or somebody else. No drums, no bass, no keys. It's just a cello and just playing, right? It was back when I used to go to Toronto quite a bit to see my in-laws. You know, you can only go every year and do the touristy things so much. Like after a while, you get tired of going to the tourist traps or the museums or whatever else, right? So this one year I decided I was going to rent a cello. And I was going to go and practice up all of my covers. And then I was going to go busk. Is anyone familiar with the word busk? Yes, right? It's a word in England, Canada, Australia, usually in the Commonwealth for street performing, right? Places with really vibrant street performing cultures usually use the word busking. So I was going to go busk. I was going to find some street corners. I was going to go find some parks and just put out my cello case and play. And it was a lot of fun. It was great. People would walk by and stop, and they'd kind of, who's this random, strange black dude playing the cello? That was interesting. Two, very frequently, they'd strike up conversations with other people who were watching because, oh, wow, did you hear that? You know, it became this kind of communal thing. And three, they put money in my cello case, which was kind of cool. I liked it. I wasn't necessarily doing well enough to sustain myself for like forever, or my family, but we were on vacation, and so I made like about $100 every couple of hours. So that was plenty of money to kind of pay for dinner for the family. It was a nice little kind of way of earning back some of the money from the vacation. So I loved that experience. One, because I learned a lot about myself as a cellist. I met some really cool people who were other buskers. And two, I really started trying to figure out ways of grabbing people's attention and giving them something really interesting and or meaningful, right? And I try to recreate that in my shows. And I don't do that like symbolically. I actually busk. Yeah, that basically means I'm going to try and play money out of your wallet right now, right? Seems a little strange. Some of you have already paid for tickets to come, and I understand that. And I have also been paid, so this isn't a way of like necessarily augmenting what I've been paid. But what I'm trying to do is to create a game. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. And what I'd like to do is if I make you laugh, or if I make you talk to the person next to you, oh, like, did you hear that? Oh, what song is that, you know? Or if I make you sing, or tap your foot, or get up, I feel like I've connected. And if I've connected, I feel like you should be coming up here and putting some money in that hat, right? So that's what's going to happen. I'm actually hoping to keep the money, if that's okay. I mean, I'm going to give you the hat back, but I'm hoping maybe we can split it. Is that what you're saying? Like we have to have like a... Okay, we'll work out some kind of arrangement there. A rental fee for the hat. Got it. But it's also the 21st century. I get it. So my Cash App is $OkCello. My Venmo is OkCello. My PayPal is OkCello. So if you'd like to participate in that way, that'll be fun. Feel free to relax. And I'm going to need a little help from you all towards the end, and you'll know what I mean when I get there. All right, so here we go. enough? I'll try it again. 1, 2, ready. Come on, somebody's young enough to know that one. How about this one? Okay, we got. Alright, 1, 2, ready, go. go. Alright. Who's got it? Wait. I know Feather's got it. One more weird one, I guess. Maybe. On this one. I know I'm asking a lot. There's water behind me. Y'all are pretty far away, so like we haven't really developed that like intimate audience kind of connection yet. But we're getting there. This is the first step. But you're gonna know what to do when I do this song, and I'm gonna need you to do it with confidence, with vigor, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Ready? Yeah! Just a little bit of guitar envy there, just a tiny bit of guitar envy, right? That was wonderful. Thank you all very much for playing that game. That was fun. We'll work out a reasonable rental fee. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right, so I'm in the last third of my show here. And I've got a really... Is that better? That's much better. Okay, so I'm in the last third of my show here. And this is where I say the really big, important stuff. The very personal songs, the really embarrassing confessions. Yeah, that's what this song is about to be right now, really embarrassing confessions. I don't know why I write this into the show. You would think an embarrassing confession you wouldn't share with, I don't know, what, 25, 30 of your closest strangers that you... I'm going to do that here. I am in love with... Well, wait till you hear first. Okay? I'm in love with the theme of All in the Family. Yeah, right! That... Right? Da 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 da. You guys remember that? I think I'm playing to many people who are old enough to remember All in the Family, right? It was a great show. Wonderful piece of satirical art, right? You were never really invited to identify with Archie Bunker. He was racist, he was sexist, he was a homophobic, kind of bigoted, mean guy, right? Like, that's just what he was. And they used him as a character to kind of show us what it looked like to be left behind, right? And so we were invited not to be left behind. It was a really great show, and the satire started from the very first moment, right? We had a guy, we could use a man like Herbert Hoover again, right? All kinds of things that was really problematic in today's climate. And now you can see how problematic it is for me to go around whistling that tune. I'm a black man, very conscious, very progressive. I can't go around whistling a song that's entitled "Those Were the Days," right? However, there's something that we know about, like, that theme song, and particularly the reason why we identify with it. It was kind of written in the style of the Great American Songbook, right? So, in the Great American Songbook is essentially jazz. And jazz is essentially music that's written by black people, primarily, like, Africans in the United States, in Harlem, in Chicago, in St. Louis, in Memphis. Really, that's pretty much what jazz is. And yeah, it made it into kind of popular music and the hit parade, and not everyone who's recorded those songs is African American, but I think when you really study the music, we all understand that that's where the roots come from. And more important, that pentatonic scale is very, very West African. It's a beautiful West African major scale. Love it. So I've decided to musical world, and I'm going to pluck that melody and drop it in this new Afro-Cuban kind of consciousness through music. I'm going to write a sister melody to it that is also on the same scale, but the words for this melody are, these are the days. These are the days that we've been waiting for. These are the days, we are the ones. And then towards the end, this new sister melody, I'm going to reintroduce that melody, and it's going to sound completely different. It's going to sound just so different and great. And I'm going to need you all, again, to sing it with me. I'm going to teach you the melody in a little bit, but let me get the world started first. Here we go. close, but the melody is, well, the words are, these are the days that we've been waiting for. These are the days, we are the ones. All right? Here we go. These are the days that we've been waiting for. These are the days, we are the ones. You gonna sing that with me? These are the days. These are the days that we've been waiting for. These are the days. These are the days, we are the ones. I hear some of y'all singing out there. Come on, a little louder. Yeah, right? These are the days that we've been waiting for. These are the days. These are the days, we are the ones. All right, now listen to this melody, y'all. Do you recognize it? You know what that is? Wah, 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 right? So will y'all sing with me again? These are the days. These are the days that we've been waiting for. These are the days, we are the ones. All right, here we go. Keep it going. Wonderful. One more time. Yeah, give yourself a round of applause there. Bethany? Yeah. Let me see if I can bring that out real quick. Feeling better? All right, cool, thank you. All right, what time is it, by the way? Someone give me the time? 8. All right, so this is just the last 2 songs. So this is just about right. I'm going to do kind of like my little spiel right now because this used to be my last song. It's my favorite song. Well, maybe I shouldn't say it's my favorite song. It's one of my favorite songs. But it's my favorite word for sure. Has anyone ever heard the word liminal before? Yeah, it's one of those weird kind of grad school academic words, but it's been hiding in plain sight for most of your life in the word subliminal. Right? And so subliminal basically means at the intersect conscious and the unconscious mind, right? Something that you and when I think of that word liminal, I think of my life as a kid growing up in Washington, D.C. I grew up in northeast Washington, D.C. in a black, middle-class neighborhood for the most part. I went to prep schools in Bethesda, Maryland. I went to one prep school, Landon School for Boys, and that was about a 90-minute journey each way. And often I felt like I was the only thing from each one of those worlds that was traveling back and forth. As a matter of fact, I felt very much invisible sometimes in those worlds. Felt like I needed to adapt and kind of figure out how to negotiate each of those worlds. I come from a pretty serious sports playing family. My granddad, he played in the Washington Negro Leagues for football. I grew up playing baseball grew up playing basketball, grew up playing soccer. I need to underscore this. I grew up in a black family in Washington, D.C. I mentioned that. I just want to say it again that it's a black family that knew it was black and was very comfortable in its black community, and it was a black family, right? And we also played ice hockey. So I was one of the 6 boys that played ice hockey. 2 of us actually went on to get like college scholarships, and it was kind of a strange thing to kind of be in a family that played ice hockey. But the point of that is that I just was in a sports family that didn't really always understand the fact that I also played the cello. And they're like, well, what are you doing? Why are you wasting your time playing the cello? And often the people that I played music with were like, don't you know you're going to hurt your hands if you go out and you play basketball or hockey, so why would you do that? Even in my music world, I was kind of, not so much an outsider, but just the things that I liked weren't completely liked, right? So I liked Beethoven. So in my orchestra, people like Beethoven, that's great. But I also love go-go, right? Does anyone know what go-go is, right? DC, yeah, very good. I loved Public Enemy. Public Enemy was like my favorite rap group. I loved Prince. Prince is pretty much the foundation of everything. I think I actually had a Paula Abdul phase, but I don't think that was about the music. But I bring that up to say that like the people in my orchestra didn't really identify with my other musical tastes. And the people that I hung out and listened to Public Enemy with were like Beethoven and who. So I felt very frequently like I was in the middle at the intersection of disparate spaces. As a kid, that was difficult. Definitely kind of lonely. But I think it was a foundation of what I think is an emerging superpower. I feel like it allowed me to be comfortable in many different spaces. I think it allowed me to be able to see beauty in many different spaces in many different communities. Even more, I think it gave me the courage to kind of be able to call things out in many different communities, to stand up and engage and to challenge the world in some ways. But more than anything, it just made me appreciative of liminal space, being at the intersection of borders. And when I think of my life, I think of that word liminal, and when I think of that word liminal, I think of this song. And if I had a hit, like if you heard my music on the radio, this is the song that you would be hearing on the radio. So here we go. Thank y'all very much. All right. Again, my name is Okorie Johnson. I perform under the name OkCello. That's OkCello. You can find me where CELLO. On Facebook, I'm OkCello. On Twitter, I'm OkCello1. Somebody I need to talk to. Any lawyers out there in the audience? I'm ashamed to say that I have a presence on TikTok, but it's not updated, and I need to do better than that. But it's like, right, I'm 21st century, I need to get with it. So that's maybe one of my resolutions for 2022 to get on TikTok. I have 3 albums out, all of which you can kind of get links to either for streaming or for purchasing from my website, www.okcello.com. But they're also on Instagram, they're also on iTunes, on Spotify, on most of your music downloading and streaming platforms. I just released a new album, and it's called Beacon. Yay! Very excited about it. And it has These Are the Days on it. It has Boom Boom Bap on it. And what else does it have on it? I don't know. You'll have to buy it and find out. But yeah, I'm really proud of it, and it's really, really cool and exciting. This next song I'm going to play, called Click, is on it. This is my last song of the night. It's kind of a drum and bass tune. I'm going to kind of drop the music. I'm going to keep the music going, and I'm going to come out there and dance a little bit near you. If you feel like dancing, stand up. Let's make it happen. You've been a really wonderful audience. This has been a really wonderful experience for making it happen. Hopefully you'll come out and support them in future events. I think someone might be getting some nearly courtside seats for Mondays. I mean, is not part of the... am I enlisted in that somehow? Like, as part of the... Okay, got you. Just making sure. This next song is entitled Click. It's a dance song. And it's a dance song that's about 2 people dancing. And at one point in the song, they're just dancing. But then, at some other point in the song, their eyes meet and their eyes... And that dance no longer becomes just a dance. It becomes an invitation to a life. So, thank you all very much. And here's the Click. Thank y'all.
One more time for Mr. Okorie, OkCello. Sorry. Okorie, OkCello Johnson. One more time, everybody. I understand how you feel. I went to an all-black school.
Yeah, okay.
Just all black.
It's all black.
Just black.
All black. All
Just
black.
black. Some people moms were black, some dads were black as hell. Just straight up black.
Straight up black.
Straight up black.
I got you.
I hope you guys enjoyed the experience. This is our last show that we're doing outside. As far as outside is concerned, we'll see you back come springtime next year. We want to thank all of you for your support. We greatly appreciate it. You see that guy back there holding that camera? Everybody say hello, Chef. Come next month, Chef is going to design and curate between now and to the beginning of spring. That gentleman right there. So we're going to start designing our dinner experience. If you ever been to a one-night stand, raise your hand. The one-night stands are coming back. Don't be thrown off by the name, okay? A one-night stand simply means you get one musical artist, you get a meal that's curated by chef, you get a beautiful venue on the inside, and you get an amazing mix month. So starting next month, you're going inside, okay? Pay attention to the Instagram page, you get all the details. So the last thing I want to say again for this series, thank you to DJ, 1/3 of us. Thank you to Chef. And as I said before, if you come back here on top of the steps and you can show me that you got the most likes on what you posted tonight, you get 2 of my seats at the Hawks game Monday night. Boy, you been in my seat before? You haven't? Eric, have you been? They're pretty nice seats, aren't they? They all right. Only 2, man. That's how people act about free stuff. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah. If you were paid for it, it'd been different, you know. It'd been awesome, right? So, but I would tell you this though, those seats come with all your food and all your drinks, even your alcohol paid for. So, meet me in the back. Let me see what you got. And the person with the most, Monday night, come and hang out with me at the game. Thank y'all for coming out. Have a good night. God bless.
Hello, how you doing? Oh, $sign, okay. Family, right? $sign, okay. Oh, really? LLO.